Iron Age World History. The Iron Age, the early Iron Age in Central Europe dating from 800 BC to 500 BC. It is also known as the Hallstatt period. Aquatic migrations beginning in the 5th century BC spread the use of iron into Western Europe and to the British Islands. The late Iron Age in Europe, which is dated from the period, is called Latene. Developments in the Iron Age. Iron Age marks the period of development of technology, when working of iron came into the general use, replacing bronze as the basic material for implements and weapons. It is a stage of the archaeological sequence known as a three-stage. First there was a Stone Age, then came the Bronze Age, and finally there came the Iron Age. And the Iron Age brought much more growth industrially with the use of iron for weapons and implements, which were much better than bronze. How was iron developed? Furnaces were developed that could reach the high melting temperature of that metal. Iron technology had spread through the classical world by about 500 BC. Early steels were discovered by adding small amount of carbon to iron as it was hammered over a charcoal fire. Mining became well developed and included the use of pumps to keep mines from flooding. So, as time passed, mining developed, people began or learned to develop steel from iron. How was iron better than bronze? Bronze could be melted and poured into molds, whereas iron could not be, because the process made it too brittle to use as a weapon or tool. Iron had to be heated slowly and hammered into shape, then shrunk into cold water to prevent it weakening. The process originated in Asia Minor around 1400 BC and was brought to Scotland around 700 BC by Celts. So this was how iron was better than bronze and how it was brought to Asia Minor, originating in Asia Minor to Europe. The iron making process, the furnace, the smelting, and you had to heat the iron and beat it and make it into different shapes. So this is an iron making factory during the medieval or the early ages. Use of iron. Metalware was used for pots and dishes, sometimes with unforeseen disastrous result. Early iron metals used as pots and dishes were highly contaminated with lead, which led to lead poisoning. Technology also advanced weaponry with the development of catapults, better swords, and body armor. So there was also technological advancement by the use of iron in swords and body armor. Also ornamental items such as jewelry was made with iron. Life in Iron Age. People made different settlements like hill forts, single farming units. Round houses were made. Inside the round houses, a fire would burn constantly. The fire would be the source of light and heat for the structure. The making of iron objects would have formed a central part of settlements. The human settlements, one of the main work or the main job was digging the iron ore and converting that ore into iron which they could use in their day-to-day life.